Does this kind of view scare you or does it excite you? If it's the latter, then you're going to want to keep watching. This is our guide to hiking to the top of Upper Yosemite Falls in Yosemite National Park. In this video, we're going to walk you through the hiking route, we're going to talk about our experience doing this hike, and we're going to give you some tips to complete the hike in a safe manner. I'm Stoof from Travel SzN. I have more helpful Yosemite videos coming out soon, so make sure you subscribe so you don't miss out. Alright, let's dive into this guide to hiking Upper Yosemite Falls. The trailhead for Upper Yosemite Falls is located in Yosemite Valley in Yosemite National Park, California. If you do the full hike, it is 6.6 miles out and back. You're going to have over 3,200 feet elevation gain. It's rated as difficult or strenuous. There are a couple different trails for the Yosemite Falls area. There's the Lower Yosemite Falls Trail, which is a completely different trailhead and a much easier hike. This is the Upper Yosemite Falls trailhead that takes you to the top of Upper Yosemite Falls. The trailhead for Upper Yosemite Falls is off of Northside Drive, close to Camp 4 is where you'll find that trailhead. There's a huge parking area just across the street from that. I have the coordinates for that parking lot saved in the description under this video. If you want to put that into your GPS, that's going to be the best place to park to do this hike. We started this hike just before sunrise in mid to late June of 2022. If you want to avoid the crowds and lots of hot sun exposure, I recommend doing this hike as early as you can. After passing the trailhead sign near Camp 4, the first part of the trail is in a forested area, going back and forth up the switchbacks, lots of uneven ground with rocks on the trail, lots of steps, just making your way up in elevation. I'd say you don't really have a nice view until you get about 3/4 of a mile up that trail. Then you start to level out a little bit in elevation and you have beautiful views of Yosemite Valley. You continue along that path until you get to the viewpoint at Columbia Rock. This is the first pinpoint on my map where a lot of people decide, I think I might turn around now, and that is a totally acceptable thing to do. You have beautiful views of Half Dome and Yosemite Valley from this area. If you're already struggling, I would recommend turning around at this point because there's going to be a lot more switchbacks and strenuous hiking coming up if you keep going. After Columbia Rock, there's a super steep, sandy hike up to the next section.
You're crazy.
But once you get past that steep section, it does level out and you stay along that same elevation contour for a little while there. You'll continue this part of the hike, which is more on the moderate side, until you get to the lower gate section. That's our next pinpoint on the map here. And this lower gate area gives you your first view of Upper Yosemite Falls. This viewpoint section is another great turnaround spot if you just want to get that beautiful view looking up at Upper Yosemite Falls. Think about it, you're going to be on top of that waterfall from an elevation standpoint if you continue all the way to the end. And that really puts it into perspective to see how much farther you need to go. This next stretch of the trail route is the most challenging part of the trail in my opinion. Lots of switchbacks, lots of uneven ground with the rocks in the trail, so be extra careful with your footing, take your time. You do get some cool views of the valley and Upper Yosemite Falls as you're going along those switchbacks. Once you make it farther up, closer to the next pinpoint on the map, you lose those views as you go into like a gully type thing, making your way up and back and around to the top of Upper Yosemite Falls. The next pinpoint is called the Upper Gate, and that is where you'll meet trailheads that can take you to different parts of the park from there. You want to continue along the path to the top of Upper Yosemite Falls. The trail is less strenuous at this point once you're up here. There are still little bits of elevation gain here and there, but for the most part, you're already up on that ridge, and there isn't a whole lot of elevation change once you're up there. If you're feeling brave enough, you can walk your way over to the ledge where you'll get some amazing views of Yosemite Valley. And you can think about how you were down there in the bottom of the valley just a few short hours ago. From this point, you're going to make a left and continue along that top of the ridge where you'll see a path that takes you to a viewpoint of Upper Yosemite Falls. And this is that last little bit of the trail that I started this video out with. You're hiking on this tiny little ledge about a foot wide with some steps down to an overlook point of the top of Upper Yosemite Fall. This is a good time to take a break, have a snack, drink some water, stretch your legs out a little bit, because the hardest part of the hike is coming up, and that is getting back down to the valley floor. You go back down the trail the same way that you came up, and if you struggled coming up, you might struggle just as much or even more going back down. Those uneven rocks accumulate sediment on them that can become slippery, which is tough when you're going down the trail. This is a common trail for search and rescue missions for sprained ankles. So I recommend getting boots that have ankle protection to prevent yourself from spraining an ankle or rolling your ankle on the many rocks on this trail. I also recommend having shoes with good sturdy bottoms. If you have thinner bottoms or old worn down hiking boots, you're going to feel a lot of those rocks that you're stepping on when you're going up and down this trail. I'm an experienced hiker that has hiked to the top of Upper Yosemite Falls at least 10 times in my lifetime, and this last time was the hardest time for me. I think I say that every time. It's definitely a strenuous hike. I always remember the good views and forget how hard it was to do and how sore I am after, but it's not a hike for beginners. If you're not experienced with hiking, or if you have weak ankles and not good balance, this might not be the best trail for you. The hike to the top of Upper Yosemite Falls is one of the most popular in Yosemite National Park. As you can see, it offers stunning views, an exhilarating experience, and a great workout. I highly recommend this hike if you're physically capable to do so. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed this travel guide to hiking to the top of Upper Yosemite Falls. If you haven't already done so, make sure you hit the subscribe button. I have more videos about Yosemite National Park coming out soon. I'll have those linked in the description under this video. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a great day, and happy travels!